Hello friends, welcome to our channel Lux Physics, and today we are discussing a very important questions that are on acoustic, ultrasonic and NDT. So everyone, again hi all of you. Good evening, Shiva Kartik, good evening all of you. So please, anyone tell me the voice is clear or no, so that we will start it. Anyone just put a message that your voice is clear so that we will start it. Okay. So the green signal is here and now we will start the questions. So lot of time the question asked on this topic is about the definition of acoustic. So the definition is very simple. Physics is the branch of physics which deals with the study of transmission, perception and reception of sound in any hall or in any auditorium. So simple question, that is the very much simple question, that branch of physics which deals with the study of transmission, propagation and reception of sound. That question is asked a lot of time for 2 marks. So 2 mark question, that is important always. So keep in mind that define acoustic. This question is asked lot of time. Whatever the questions I've seen on that, this question is asked about 5 to 6 times. So keep in mind that very much simple question, define acoustics. Okay. So the next question is types of sound. So that is the theoretical part, but most of the time, like in switching, they are asked about musical sound or noise. So you can both define it here. That one is the musical sound. So musical sound is what? The sound wave which are periodic, regular and long continued. They creates a pleasant effect in the ears. So everyone knows about it, that musical sound is what? So musical sound is periodic, regular and long continued, which creates a pleasant effect. So if you are listening any piano, veena, that kind of examples are there, and wherever we seen that, at that time the sound which is created by that instrument, that is the pleasant. Pleasant means what? Very good, right? And the noise is what? The sound which is non-periodic, irregular and short duration. That are the important point in the definitions. So this point is also asked for 2 marks. These are very much important questions, because whenever we are going for the examination, 2 marks creates a lot of marks here. Again, state the types of sound waves and the ranges of the sound waves. As we know that there are 3 types. First one is the infrasonic. Second one is the audible range, and third one is the ultrasonic. So the ranges are like, this is less than 20 hertz. This is 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, and this one is greater than 20 kilohertz. This one is kilohertz. So guys, the question asked on this, it is like they are asking the types of sound, either they are asking the ranges. So in both the cases the question is similar. So in that case 2 marks will be confirmed by giving this answer. So anyone say hi, so that we will start, or start the next point. Are you there, anyone? Santosh, why your evening is not good? Put the message. Guys, the questions are very important because the unit is small, but the questions are very, very much. Whenever you are raising these questions, at that time, you got the more answers and more marks will be getting. So please be with the video, be with the live stream. Anyone tell me if I start the next point or next question? Tony, good evening. So all of you, please tell me, shall I start the next point, that is the reverberation? So the question asks for 3 marks, 2 marks as well as for 5 marks. Either 2 marks or 5 marks question. Okay. So the 2 marks question is like define the reverberation or either define the reverberation time. This question is asked, or either if they want the 5 marks question, then they will ask on that topic about the reverberation time with the little bit more explanation. So reverberation is what? Reverberation is nothing but the persistence of sound in hall after the source of sound cut off. तो इसका मतलब तो सिंपल है कि जब भी साउंड का सोर्स कट हो रहा है उसके बाद जो भी साउंड हमें सुनाई देता है, that will be the reverberation. Whenever you are going into the new home, at that time, yes, we will discuss 10 mark question also and 5 marks questions also. Already 2 mark questions that are important, we will discuss it before you are joining, and now we will go for the 5 marks and then for the 10 mark questions. Okay, so the 2 marks or 5 marks question is what? Reverberation. So the reverberation is what? The persistence of sound in hall. So whenever we are listening that is the, like whenever you are going into the new home, at that time your sound, whenever you are talking, at that time what happened? The sound source is cut, but after that also some sound you can hear. Okay, so that is nothing but the reverberation of sound. And time is what? Reverberation time is what? Very much simple. Whenever the sound source is cut, at that time some high intensity will be there. And whenever the time will be goes on, the sound intensity will be going up to the zero. But here you know that whenever our audible range is 20 hertz only, greater than 20 hertz. So whatever the intensity or frequency less than 20 hertz, we cannot hear. So that's why the time between the starting point or whenever the sound source is cut off and it will be decreases up to the minimum audible level, that time is called as reverberation time, and we can measure it in the terms of decibel. Okay, so this is the question. Define sound absorption coefficient and state its unit. So the ratio of sound energy absorbed by the surface of material divided by the total sound energy incident. Simple. Absorption coefficient. Absorption coefficient is equal to amount of energy absorbed. Already we will do that practical also. Amount of energy absorbed divided by total incident energy. So this one is the question, that whenever the amount of energy, like you are giving the 100 number of incident lines and 98 will be the output. So that means 2 number of lines will be absorbed by that material. So that is the absorption coefficient, and unit for that is Sabine. This question distinguish DT and NDT. So that is the very much important question, and this is asked lot of time. Means there is no any excuse for this. Like they are asking for 5 marks, and whenever you are writing only 3 points, point number 1, 2, 3, and right side 1, 2, 3. Then and then also you got the 5 marks because 1 point has 1 mark. Okay, so if we are starting like use of for finding the finding out the defects of materials. So that means whenever the non-destructive techniques are there, please keep in mind that whenever you are writing the destructive and non-destructive, at that time what is the like this process, destructive is what and non-destructive is what. Lot of the students are doing a common mistake, like they are just known that lower part and they are writing here is destructive and here is non-destructive. Then in that case that is the falsification, means marks are not given because you are writing at the upper destructive and the answer will be for non-destructive. So in that case 0 marks you are get if you are giving the right answers also. Okay, yes, I don't know who is that token king, but the examples are not asked mostly in this examination. That is mostly depending on the theories. So be prepared with the theory. So the first point is what? For non-destructive testing, we are using that non-destructive technique to find the defect of materials. And destructive also finding the properties of material, means one is for finding defect and one is for finding the properties. Okay. Second point is load is not applied on the material. So in the non-destructive technique, load is not applied on that material which we are using for the testing. And destructive technique में क्या होता है? That will be the load will be applied on the material. Whenever we are applying load, in that case, lot of time, whenever we are applying the load, then there is a damage of material. Okay, so damage of material, and due to damage of material, it will be get expensive, and that test will be the destructive technique. Third point. And in the non-destructive technique, no load will be applied. You just have to write 2 to 3 points. So 2-3 points are very simple. So you can remember this point. Load is not applied on the material and load is applied on the material, right? And the second point, no requirement of special equipment. स्पेशल इक्विपमेंट की कोई भी जरूरत नहीं है. एंड डिस्ट्रक्टिव में है, दैट इज द सिंपल. एंड ये लोड अगर अप्लाई किया है तो ये रिमेंबर तो रहेगा ही. लोड अप्लाई होने के बाद क्या होने वाला है, मटेरियल डैमेज होगा और उसके साथ साथ मतलब इसका ये लोड अप्लाई होगा. ये 3 पॉइंट इसको कोरिलेट करके चलो. लोड इज अप्लाइड ऑन द मटेरियल, ड्यू टू दैट लोड एप्लीकेशन मटेरियल गेट्स डैमेज, एंड आफ्टर दैट डैमेज अगर मटेरियल हो रहा है तो दैट मीन्स द एप्लीकेशन और टेस्ट विल बी मोर एक्सपेंसिव. डैमेज होने के बाद नेक्स्ट अगर आपको कुछ करना है तो उसके लिए आपको और पैसा खर्च करने की जरूरत है. सो इन दैट केस दैट इज द मोर एक्सपेंसिव. एंड इन द नॉन डिस्ट्रक्टिव टेक्निक लोड इज नॉट अप्लाइड. अगर लोड अप्लाई नहीं हो रहा है तो क्या होगा, मटेरियल इज नॉट डैमेज. अगर मटेरियल डैमेज नहीं हो रहा है तो वो क्या हो रहा है फिर नॉन एक्सपेंसिव. मतलब अगर ये 3-3 पॉइंट इधर से भी लिख रहे हो तो भी आपको 5 मार्क्स मिल जाएंगे. और अगर एडिशनल लिखना है तो इसके लिए नॉन डिस्ट्रक्टिव के लिए कोई भी स्किल की जरूरत नहीं, नो स्किल्स. एंड फॉर डिस्ट्रक्टिव टेस्टिंग skills are required. So you can comparatively, you can just on the load topic you can distribute 3 points. Load is applied, then the material gets damaged, and due to material gets damaged it is expensive. And in non-destructive, simple, load is not applied, so no material damage chances, so non-expensive, and skill is required and skill is not required. That is the simple case. So I hope this question will be understand you. You can take the screenshot for the destructive and non-destructive testing distinguishable. So anyone have any doubt, please ask me in the comment box. Don't take any stress. We will start with the one by one unit for the important questions daily, or maybe before the examination we will finish it. We will go one by one. Okay. ये क्वेश्चन तो काफी बार पूछा गया है, बट यू कैन स्टे विद दिस. दैट इज द शो द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन द लाउडनेस एंड इंटेंसिटी. इसका जो रिलेशन है वो पूछा गया है लॉट ऑफ द टाइम. सो ये 5 मार्क के लिए क्वेश्चन है. दिस इज फॉर 5 marks. Okay, so 5 marks means what? If you are all मतलब ये 10 और 5 दो में डिवाइड होता है. Okay, if the question is asked like only the show the relationship between the loudness and intensity, then only this derivation is okay. If the question is asked like define loudness and intensity and then show the relationship, that is the CIA question, 10 mark question. So in that case what we have to do, we have to define the loudness as well as define the intensity and then go for the relation. So the division of marks is what? 2, 2 and 6. मतलब 6 marks for derivation, 6 marks for derivation, 2 marks for loudness and 2 marks for intensity. So that distribution is very much important. If you know the distribution, then you are not going into the simple way of writing. Okay, so the loudness and intensity you can define it. Already the PDFs will be shared, and whenever if the PDFs are not there, then you are put message me, so we will go there. Okay, I will send the PDF also. Okay, so what is the relationship between? We already know that Weber-Fisher says that loudness is directly proportional to the log of intensity. Simple. Loudness is directly proportional to the log of intensity. So we are discussing with the two loudnesses. One is L0, one is L1. So L1 is L0 is directly proportional to the log of I0 and L1 is directly proportional to the log of I1. I don't know who is that, but gunshot question is like these are questions are also gunshot, because either they ask this or this, and whatever the what we can say, whatever the paper setter, whatever he think or she think, we don't know na. So that's why we are either do this or do this. Already lot of produced questions are there. We will go with that also. So whatever the whatever you know now, that you can be prepared, but please go through this also you for getting the max to max marks. Okay, so L0 is directly proportional to I0 and L1 is directly proportional to I1. So simple is that both you know, you just have to remember this thing. Okay, if you understand this, L is directly proportional to I0, then you just go for 2, and then after that we will take the differences of two loudnesses. L is equal to L1 minus L0. Then we will take it with the L0 is equal to K log of I0. L1 is equal to K log of I1. Okay. So we will take the difference of this, and you know that what is the rules for log. So rules for log is what? If the minus is there, then we are dividing it, right? So L is equal to K log of I1 by I0. So here we again differentiate it with the decibel. So 1 decibel is what? 1 by 10 of bell. Okay. So 1 by 10 of bell, we know that. Then we will just derive this with the decibel. We will convert that bell into the decibel. So that is L is equal to 10 log of I by I naught dB. Okay. Then the smallest thing is that whenever we are go through that two equations, like two conditions are there, that is I is equal to I naught. When I is equal to I naught, at that point, what is the loudness? Whatever the derivation we are finding, what is the result for this case? So in that case, if I is equal to I naught, then it will be cancelled out, and in that case log of 1 will be remain. So 10 into log of 1 value is 0. So in that case the loudness will be 0 when both the intensities are same. And if we are considering that loudness is 1. Okay, so two conditions are there. One condition is I is equal to I naught, and second condition is L is equal to 1. These two conditions are there, and in that case we just have to derive something like L की वैल्यू 1 लिख दी तो उसके बाद क्या होने वाला है वो सब डेरिवेशन है. सो छोटी छोटी सिंपल चीजें हैं. You just go through this and practice the derivation. Practice and writing skills, please improve that. If you are improving with, and most of the students are making one mistake, whenever they are writing, at that time their handwriting is worst, and in that case whoever is checking their paper, they will get confused what that a student wants to write. So prepare clearness or cleanness of your paper, that is also important thing. Okay. Simple requirement of hall. State the acoustical requirements for good hall. This question is asked every semester. Whatever the paper I seen, every semester they ask this question. So these 6 points they ask question for 5 marks. Most of the time, that is the most important question, because this question is asked many मतलब हर पेपर में आपने देखा होगा. जैसा कि मैंने उसका ये किया है इवैल्यूएशन, तो उस हर क्वेश्चन पेपर में ये क्वेश्चन मुझे कॉमन लगा है. हर क्वेश्चन पेपर में है ही मतलब. तो इसका सिंपल है, अगर आप कोई भी 5 पॉइंट लिख रहे हो, so whenever you are writing any 5 to 5 points, you can get directly 5 marks. Only 5 lines and 5 marks. Each line 1 mark. So the first line is what? The hall should be free of repeated speeches or distinct echoes. No echo will be present in the hall. That is the important point for the requirement of good hall. Then reverberation time. So we already studied that reverberation is what? So whenever we are going into the hall, at that time the reverberation time means cut off up to the audible level, that time will be less. That is the second point, optimum reverberation. Third point is the hall should be free from resonance issues. Like resonance means what? Whenever the two sounds are interfere with each other, at that time the resonance or the frequencies of both the waves should not be same. If they are same, then the frequencies and the distortion will be very big. So that's why the no resonance in the sound will be there. Okay? Anyone have any problem, please put it in the comment box so that we will resolve it. And if you have any questions, then please tell me so that we will try to discuss it here. And if not, then we will do something for that also. Okay? First point is no repeated speeches or echoes will be there. Second point is reverberation. Reverberation should be optimum. Third point is the hall should be free from resonances. Good evening, hacker. I don't. Okay. Yes. I will send a PDF also, and in this. So after that, the sound must be loud, inner, and evenly distributed in every part of the hall. So the sound requirement of sound is also that the sound should be loud and it will be distributed everywhere inside the hall. That is the fourth point. Echo. So echo is nothing but the whenever it is like echo is the reflection. Echo is the reflection of sound. Simple. Yes, Karthik, there are a lot of repeated questions, but questions are like they are internally connected with each other, but the questions are separate. Then the sound is loud enough so that it is everywhere in the. I hope echo will be understandable. That echo is nothing but the reflection of sound. Simple. Okay. So fourth point is adequate of loudness or sound is enough. Then fifth point is no focusing sound. So the concave surface should be avoidable to prevent the focusing of sound at specific spots. Then noise. So the noise is what? The external noise or external sound should be minimum. Okay. So these are point. First point, echo. We are just shorten it. Echo, reverberation, then resonance, then loudness. You can just write this point. Focusing sound, and noise. And on these points, you can just elaborate the sentence. That is the simple. Yes, 10 marks questions are also important. We will discuss it here. And question paper pattern, I will put the question paper for reference. Okay. Then whatever those lot of the students are asking the question for 10 mark, 10 mark, 10 mark. So here is the 10 mark question. Explain construction and working of magnetostriction oscillator with diagram. This is simple. 10 mark question. This one is the 10 mark question. Okay. So the 10 mark question is like, in that you have to, yes, we will start the 10 mark question. So the question is, explain construction and working of magnetostriction oscillator with the diagram. This question is asked many times. So either magnetostriction or either magnetostriction or either piezoelectric. Both the questions are alternate. If the question is asked on magnetostriction, then piezoelectric will be shut. If the piezoelectric is there, then magnetostriction will be shut. Both the questions are alternate. Guys, please like our live streaming, subscribe to our channel. Most of the students are not subscribing my channel, so please subscribe for the So what is the magnetostriction effect? First, you all please like our live streaming and subscribe to our channel. Most of the questions okay. So there is some network issue also. Please. Huh? Magnetostriction effect. So magnetostriction effect is what? When a ferromagnetic rod like nickel is kept in a magnetic field, there is a change in the length of the rod. Simple is there. ferromagnetic rod. It is made up of from the nickel. Okay, so whenever we are keeping it in the magnetic field, at that time that rod will change their dimension. We cannot visibly see that dimension changing, but whenever it will be using some important whenever we are going with some technical instruments, at that time you can visibly see that whenever we are applying magnetic field to ferromagnetic rod, then the dimension will be changes, and that magnetostriction effect is used for the magnetostriction oscillator. Okay, so very much simple construction. Whenever you go through this question, then the dividation is like 2 marks for figure. Okay, after that construction will be of 2 marks, construction will be of 3 marks, sorry for that, construction will be for 3 marks, working is for 3 marks, and formula is for 2 marks. So this is the distribution of 10 marks. Okay, so for 2 marks you have to draw this diagram with the proper naming. Okay, and diagram is appropriate. Most of the students are mistaking in the diagram that rod is outside and the coil is inside. Most of the students are doing this, so please keep with the figure. Okay, you can take the screenshot of that also, and then we will go through this. Okay, then after that go for the construction. The construction is very simple. Whatever you seen in this figure, you just have to write it here. So what you see first rod. Okay, you see first rod, so we have to explain the rod. So rod is what? Rod is made up of ferromagnetic material like iron or nickel. Rod is clamped at the center. The alternating magnetic field is produced by the electronic oscillator. This one by one line. One line is what? Rod is made up of iron and nickel. Rod is clamped at the center by using electronic oscillator. So the electronic oscillator is here. Okay. An electronic oscillator like resonance will be created here. So this is you can say that electronic oscillator. Okay. First line is what? Ferromagnetic material like iron and rod. Iron and nickel is made of matlab rod is made up of iron and nickel. Rod is clamped at the center, and the alternating magnetic field is produced by using electronic oscillator. Okay, these 3 lines will be completed. Then after that the coil L1. Here you see here you see L1 and L2. So L1 is what? L1 is wounded on left hand portion of the rod, and L2 is wounded at the right hand portion of the rod along with the capacitor. Whatever you see, you just have to see. Like this is the left side, this one is left side, this one is the right side. L1 is what? The coil which is wound at the left side, and L2 is what? Your coil at the right side with capacitor. That is your 4th line. This forms the resonance circuit for the oscillator. Whatever L2 and C, here you see L2 and C, this is your oscillator or resonance circuit that creates a resonance. Okay, and the frequency of the oscillator is controlled by the capacitor. Here you see this is the variable capacitor, means whenever we are changing the value of capacitor, we are controlling the frequency given to this rod. Okay, so that means the coil L1 is connected across the grid and cathode of the triode, and coil L1 is connected across the plate and cathode through high voltage power supply. This is the triode and this is the L1. This one is L1 and this one is triode. So both are connected by using the high voltage power supply. Okay, so this one is the construction. So keep in mind that whatever the L2 and C that are important, because whatever the result of frequency given to the rod, that is because of L2 and C. So suppose okay, so the formula is remain. So the frequency formula is very simple. F is equal to 1 upon 2 pi square root of L2C. Okay, this is the frequency formula. Okay, keep in mind that we are done with the construction and we are go for the working. So you can take the screenshot of this, or either I will put it in the link of this video. Okay, so this is the construction where rod is what is the rod, L1 L2, what is the L1 L2, then after that what is the importance of C, then what is the resonance. These are some important key points. Okay, this is for the construction. Then the working is what? Suppose the current is passed through L2 coil. Here is our L2 coil. Okay, whenever the current is passing through L2 coil, hence the magnetic field associated with the rod is changed. Okay, means whenever the power supply is on, at that time the current is passing through L1 and L2. Current is passing through L1 and L2. Whenever the current will be increased through the L2, at that time magnetic field associated with the rod will be changed. इसमें आपको ये याद रखना जरूरी है कि मतलब जब भी हम रॉड को जब भी हम मैग्नेटिक फील्ड देते तो वो किससे देते हैं, जो कॉइल है, कॉइल में जब करंट दौड़ता है तो उस टाइम पे रॉड के ऊपर क्या मैग्नेटिक फील्ड क्रिएट होती है. ये वाइस वर्सा है म्यूचुअल इंडक्टेंस. जब आपको इंडक्टर के बारे में पता चलेगा तो उस टाइम पे आपको ये कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में आएगा. ठीक है, और जैसे कि आपको पता ही है कि अगर ये हमारा इलेक्ट्रॉन है, इलेक्ट्रॉन विल बी पासिंग फ्रॉम वन लोकेशन टू अनदर लोकेशन. एट दैट टाइम व्हेनेवर द इलेक्ट्रिक करंट इज पास, the magnetic field will be created over that area. So in this case, whenever the current is passing through that L2 coil, then that L2 coil creates a magnetic field, and that magnetic field will be fed to the rod AB. Okay, whenever due to the effective magnetic field across L1, this introduces the current in the coil L1. The current is amplified by the triode, hence increase the current flows through L2. In this way, the oscillations are maintained in the circuit. In the circuit, they will maintaining their magnetic field by L1 and L2. So, whenever the current is passing through L2, that will be fed to the L1, and then the current which is going through L1, it will be controlled by the triode. Okay, when high voltage is switched on, the alternating current flowing through the coil L2 produces a magnetic field along the rod, and the result is that rod starts vibrating due to the magnetostriction effect. Simple. जितना भी मैंने बोला, whatever we are continuously talking now, that will be in the simple one line. When high voltage when high voltage is switched on, the alternating current flowing through the coil L2 and produces alternating magnetic field along the rod, and the result is that whenever the magnetic field will be applied to that rod, it will be vibrates continuously, and that vibrations produces a ultrasonic sound. And this is the concept, and this is the construction we will be studied. And the one formula is this, and another formula of frequency is 1 upon 2 pi square root rho by L. ऐसा कुछ तो भी है. तो ये जो फॉर्मूला है, ये दोनों फॉर्मूला यू जस्ट हैव टू पुट इट व्हेनेवर यू आर राइटिंग द आंसर. And the last question, explain the construction and working of piezoelectric oscillator with the diagram. Again, the same things are there. Distribution is same, for figure 2 marks, for construction 3 marks, for working 3 marks, and then 2 marks for formulas. Simple is there. Diagram is very much simple. You can just go through that. I'm just giving you 5 minutes, and then we will stop it here for first unit. Okay? Okay, Karthik? So it is found that when the pressure or compression is applied on two opposite faces of piezoelectric crystal, then charges are produced on set of opposite faces which are perpendicular to the faces of the pressure which are applied. Okay, so here if I have a quartz crystal, okay, and I am applying a pressure in this direction, then the voltage will be created here. This is plus, this is minus. Okay, so that means the whenever we are applying some pressures, after applying pressure on the faces, on any two faces, then whatever the remaining two faces, we are like the charges will be created on that opposite faces which are perpendicular to the pressure, and that is nothing but the piezoelectric effect. So that is also 2 marks question, piezoelectric effect. Okay, then we will go through the construction. So in the construction part, RFC circuit is there where the radio frequency chalk, RFC, that means radio frequency chalk, is used in this diagram, where CP and CG are plates and grid capacitor. Plate capacitor CP and CG is the grid capacitor. RG is grid resistor. Whatever the whatever you seen in the figures, you just have to write it one by one. What is that? What is that? LC is the tank circuit. Okay, so tank circuit and AB, whatever the plates you see here, that is the quartz crystal is placed in between these two plates. Okay, then there is what is the working of each. So RF chalk is used for what? RF chalk is used to block the AC and allows DC, means whatever the voltages go through this whole circuitry, it is only a DC circuit or DC voltage is applied here. So whatever the AC component, that will be blocked by the RFC chalk, and DC will be allowed. Then CP and GC block DC and allows AC. So whatever the, again that will be the opposite faces, like RF chalk is block AC and allows DC, and CP and CG block DC and allow AC, and RG keeps the grid at the higher potential than the cathode. Whenever a battery is switched on, at that time frequency of alternating voltages creates, and that are fed to the AB plates, and due to whenever we are applying a voltage to AB faces, that will creates a pressure on the quartz crystal, and that quartz crystal, whenever it will be like applying a pressure, then at that time it will be compressed, or pressure will be created there, and whenever the pressure will be created, the charges will be created, and due to that charge creation, dimension will be changed, and that dimension changes is nothing but what? Same thing is their formula. Frequency will be created, and that frequency is 1 upon 2 pi square root of LC. This is the formula for the frequency generated by using this instrument or this circuitry. Okay, so the piezoelectric oscillator is very simple. It is just that कि आपको क्या करना है, you just have to divide that 10 marks into the different points. If you are dividing it very simple way, like 2 3 3 3, if you are not going able to do all the, like, you remember the figure and you remember the formula, that 2 and 2 4 marks will be confirmed, and then after that go for the writing, like construction you have to write na. So construction is very simple. Whenever you know the figure, you just have to write whatever you seen in the figure. Like in the piezoelectric, CG is there, CP is there, then RF chalk is there, HT is there. If you are writing that thing na, AB is the plate, Q is the crystal. If you are writing that things na, that will also gives the marks. If you don't know the working also, so your 4, 5, 6 marks are already in your hands. So please be with these things, and the formula is same for both the cases, like for magnetostriction and for piezoelectric also. So for with this we will stop it here, and if you have any problems, please tell me. I will I will give the suggestions for that, and whatever the PDF I have created here, I will be share it in this video. So if you see this video, then the PDF is also there. जिसने भी those who are not subscribing to my channel, please subscribe first. That will be encourage me for more video like this. Thank you so much.